Honoring the rose was a spiritual revelation which directed a renewed investigation into the real truth of how our 35th President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, was assassinated. As numerous roses surrounded the President and his wife, those same roses became the answer to the most infamous murder of the 20th century. But as you can now see, what we contend, what is in Connolly's left hand is the murder weapon, a handgun. He holds the gun in his left hand, and in his right hand he has his hat trying to hide it from the public. But when he turns and looks at the President, he finds out that he has to switch the gun to his right hand so that he can get closer to the President. But please notice, as the governor turns and points the gun at the President, a black line is coming up from the bottom of your screen. Yes, that black line was to cover everything up that you just saw. As you can see, the goes higher and higher to cover what you are not supposed to see. Suddenly the line starts to move down just before the final headshot. The frames just before and after the final headshot are the most important frames of the entire Zapruder film. Please watch. These frames have been overlooked by all of the experts until now. Very cleverly, images have been superimposed. The image of Governor's head has been changed so he is looking away from the President. In reality, underneath that superimposed head, the Governor is looking directly at the President. Also, his right arm that you see is also an image of deception. They have doctored the film to make it look like the Governor's right hand is holding his hat with his left hand in front of him. But in reality, the Governor's right arm with the gun in hand is moving closer to the President. Remember, in those seating arrangements earlier, at this time they become very important. As the Governor is turned around, he is falling backwards toward his wife with the gun in his right hand, puts his arm between the jump seats, and moves his arm with the gun in hand towards the President. With help of the black line, which hides the movement that we just mentioned, for some reason that line starts to go down, which shows then the Governor's final lunge of his arm towards the President. You are now going to witness the newly discovered evidence. And yes, we have a truly smoking gun, which you will witness. This next sequence for some may be horrifying, but it must be shown. Now watch when the President is shot in the head. There. Now watch to Jackie's left of her left shoulder. You now are witnessing the smoking gun, the flash from Connolly's gun. Yes, that was the smoking gun that killed our President. At this time, look very closely to the right of the flash. You can see flesh tones of a human hand. The ones that doctored this film, they'll have tried to make this hand look like part of the car's inside door trim panel. But this piece of door panel moves. Yes, it is the Governor's hand.